Yo, what's happening everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your boy Ranj and I hope you're all doing well. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you've been rocking with me for a minute, I just want to say a massive thank you. I appreciate you massively. Like I said, if you are new here, welcome. My name is Ranj. This is the first video that I'm going to be making part of a new series on my channel, and it's going to be revolved around my Audi S3 going stage 3. Now if you're somebody who's been rocking with me for a minute, you'll know that the plan was to one day tune my car. So it's coming up to 4 years since I've owned my S3 and I've learned so much about cars in general. And whenever there's a chance or the opportunity, I like to get stuck in and basically do the mods myself to my S3. Now there are certain stage 3 mods that I'm not going to do and I'm going to leave that to the professionals, but there are certain mods that I think I have the ability to complete by myself. So we're going to be fitting an uprated new intercooler to my Audi S3 8V facelift Sportback. So the intercooler I've chosen is a WAGNER competition intercooler, and I bought the intercooler from Has Motorsport. I will do an unboxing of my new intercooler once I manage to get my old intercooler off, and I'll show you exactly what they look like side by side, and also go through some of the key benefits of having an upgraded intercooler, especially when you're tuning your car, whether it be stage 2 or stage 3. So let's get stuck in, but before we do, like I said, if you are new to my channel, please do stick around, you will not regret it. We've got plenty of content coming throughout the remainder of the year. I cannot wait for my car to go stage 3. I do have some plans to attend some racing events, possibly a couple of car shows as well, and maybe even a European trip, but that hasn't been confirmed yet. And then very lastly, please don't forget to like, share, and please drop a comment on this video if you did enjoy it and it was useful. I'm excited. Let's get straight into it and let's see how we get on. Now you're gonna have to forgive me because my mic's actually currently dead and I forgot to charge it, so if there is any background noise, apologies in advance. But step 1 to this process, like I said, is going to be removing the front bumper. Now to remove the front bumper, it is quite difficult because it's you have to access some torque screws, and I can even see one of them now. But in order to do that, you need to jack the car up both sides and you need to remove the wheels and be able to kind of access the under tray practically, in addition to get behind this arch here. And once you do that, you can remove the torque screws. So yeah, let's get the car jacked up and we will see what torque screws we need to remove, what clips we need to remove, and we've only got a couple of hours, so let's see how we get on. Yeah, that should suffice. Now let's get this wheel off. So these are the T20 torque screws that I removed, and then I removed this little grommet, but I don't actually know if I needed to be totally honest with you, but I removed it anyway. I also removed that T20 torque screw, even though it does say online that you don't really need to. Hopefully you can see that one there, but these are the ones that I couldn't really show you properly. Let's try now access this bit. I need to don't know if you can see that. That looks like a little bit of success to me. So I've watched so many videos on this now on how to remove the front bumper, read forums, and I just couldn't find, for the most part it was helpful, but there's one bolt that's so tricky and I just do not think there's enough context or spotlight on this one bolt, because I swear to God it's a nightmare. So let me show you. Right, this is horrible. I don't know how I'm gonna have to show you, but I've done the left side now. You see, this liners. I'm gonna try. There. That is the bolt of hell. And you have to pull the liner back all the way and get a long driver and take it out. Get the middles and out first.
This one. They're T30s. Ah, so it's a combination of T25s and T30s. Okay, now we need to undo this one, this. I think that's it. I think it's just them ones. So guys, the bumper's finally off and I'm just resting it on some cardboard. Now I can clearly see that this is to do with, I don't know what this is to do with, but I'm gonna have to take it off. Anyway, so I can see that there's a little red thing. And it should just... So do you know what that little yellow screwdriver is? Oh, this is a screwdriver. Yeah. This little red thing there. There you go, I think, there you go. And technically, I'm hoping that should now just pop out. Nice. Okay, so there's nothing that the right side is fully disconnected. Let's go to the left side now. Alright, and I can clearly see that there's some pipes. That's not, it's just, that's the only thing that's holding it on. So let's try to figure it out from that perspective how you do that. Okay, yeah, I can see that it's right. The bumper is off, as you can see. I'm just resting it on the intercooler, which is obviously still boxed up. But you see these are the headlight washers, and it's really easy. To be fair, my nephew figured it out before I did. On the left side, press that in, it'll literally pop off. It's one of the only Audi things that's really easy, and it should just clip off as soon as you press the button in. Same thing on that side. All your washer fluid is just basically going to drain. My nephew said what was quite funny was all the liquid, you could see it, all the blue just going lower and lower, which is quite funny. But yeah, that's the bumper off. So now the bumper's been removed and we've disconnected the washer system for the headlights. We're going to remove the actual headlights, and then after removing the headlights, I think we need to undo some hoses which connect to the intercooler underneath the car, and then I think it's a matter of actually removing the crash bar. But let's go ahead and remove these headlights. So I think there's that. How many bolts are there? I think there's 4 bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's from what I can see, and they're all T30. So, headlight's pretty much loose. However, I think I need to undo that torque screw there. Hopefully you can see it, but yeah. So the headlight is now out, and there's only one connector. You need to push a little bracket down, and it basically just comes out. But you do need to be a little bit like, just, you know, waddle it around. Really careful with these headlights because they're so expensive. So just try to store them safely. What I'm gonna do is store this one because yeah, like I said, they're so expensive. I'll just store it here. I can't imagine anything going wrong with it there. I can't. It's so weird when you feel how big it is. Like, anyway, let's go get the other side out.
For the under tray, you're going to need a T25 and a T45 Torx screw. There's 3 T45 Torx screws and there's 8 T25 Torx screws, and that should basically help you get the under tray off. Once you've taken the Torx screws out for the under tray, you just basically need to shuffle it around with a few clips, and hopefully you can see in the video how I've taken it off. It's not very hard, it's very self-explanatory. Once you have a look at it, it's very easy. As long as you've got some decent light or like a torch or something, you'll be able to figure it out. Day 3, I'm losing count. Crash bar's loose, I just need to figure out how to remove it. There was actually one wire, open that, get out of the way. There was one wire that I had to disconnect here. To be fair, I didn't spot that until obviously, yeah, but yeah, that's all done. I just need to, what I'm struggling to do is obviously get this off, because it's like I don't understand how it works. It's really annoying, but I think it's one of those where you have to just wiggle it about, but we'll see. So far so good. My aim is to get this crash bar off, so let's do this now. Crash bar is off, as you can see, but I'll be totally honest with you, once it's all loose and you've got all the bolts off, including this one, and I think there's, how many bolts are there? There's one there, one there, one there, and there is one in between there, but I think there's a Torx screw there. But once you've got all those bolts out, so that, what is that, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts in total for each side, and then one in the middle here. Once you've got that out, it's so hard to get the crash bar out, and nobody shows how to do it. Now I didn't either, but what I will say is it's literally a matter of battering it out, because it's stuck in there and it's such a difficult place to get in there. My brother just got a mallet and he whacked it out. Now to hold this up, I've just put some weights there. I think that should be enough to hold it up because they're solid. But yeah, obviously crash bars there. Got the plastic trim off. I'm not looking forward at all to putting all this back together, and making sure all the clips, that's just going to be a nightmare. But one of the things you need to do is disconnect. Let me just see if I can see it here. Hopefully you can see these pipes here, which connect to the intercooler. That's successful. I haven't broken the clip, and what I did was, and I want to show you here, so you should be able to see, but if you look there really closely, you can see the stress occurring on the clip because I'm bending it. So I've jammed a screwdriver in. I'm just trying to, you know, bend it, get it nice and flexible. I'll do the same on the top, and then eventually what I'll do is I'll get a hammer, well, a mallet, put this in there, bang away, and it should pop off. And that's exactly what I did there. I am hoping it's going to rain tomorrow, and it's Tuesday today, so I'm praying I can get this done today. Coming in, another clip that I did not break. Hopefully you can see, look, all intact. Nice. So this is the sandwich. So I think you've got your, you can clearly see that you've got the, you can even see the pipe down there. Okay, so I think the middle one's the intercooler. Just a reminder, that needs to be clipped into there.
and that needs to follow around, but I'm going to just undo it here. Yeah, undo that little switch, but yeah, I think that's. So one thing I'm really struggling to do is work out how to separate this plastic rad pack, as they call it, from the actual, you know, AC cooler, the intercooler and the radiator. But I can't figure it out. But then I realised, what is it that's kind of holding this up? Because I can't think of anything really. But then I just had a quick look and I can see just there, maybe you can see, maybe you can't, there's a bung that's basically holding this into place, and I don't know if you can see it, but it is there. This just basically needs pushing up. It's like, this is where the intercooler kind of sits, so I need to push that bit up. Lovely business. There we go. Like I said, it was that bung and it was this plastic bit in it. What I did was got the screwdriver, carefully pressed it on that, and I just applied pressure down, and it literally did all the work for me. So that was really easy. So let's see if I can now work it out. So I had to dismount the AC cooler top and bottom. Start with the top, really easy, and I'll show you how to do it on this side. It's going to be a little bit difficult, but what's holding this up is it's kind of sunny on this side, so I'll try to block out the sun, but it's that clip there, and then there's one at the bottom, so we need to undo them. And yeah, right, let's see if I can kind of show you what I mean. Is there a way to get my driver down there? No, but essentially it's this one here. I don't know why it's not showing. That needs to slide up, and that one there, that one right there needs to slide up, and the equivalent is that and that one there. The intercooler is now all exposed, and this has been the hardest mod I've ever had to do in my life. Like, I was stressed. Like, I actually think I developed a few grey hairs from this, I'm not even gonna lie. It was difficult. I think it would be so much easier if I had my own ramp, and one day I cannot wait. I think Costco do them. I think it's the one that TR Hamza's got. About 1,000 something, 1,000, just over a grand, and I think it'll be a great investment for me. But yeah, so difficult. But as you can see, look, the intercooler is exposed. I have recorded. I think the difficult thing about doing this is having to try record good content. Like, I don't think anybody appreciates, apart from a YouTuber, how hard and difficult it is to, you know, one, do a mod, but actually on top of that, actually record what you're doing and try to, you know, explain to people little intricate things you're doing, which you can't really catch on camera. That's difficult. I'm hoping in this video I can take you through every bolt, nut, connector you need to disconnect, take away, where to put things, difficult things, challenging things, how to save time, blah blah blah. But yeah, just to reiterate once again, the intercooler, then you've got your radiator, and then I've got the AC cooler here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically try balance the weight to lift this up a little bit. I think it'll be a little bit easier because it's a bit lopsided at the minute. Don't know if you can tell there, but once I do that, I will go ahead. I've already dismounted that clip there. Just need to push it. Same thing there, you can probably see. You push it down and push it in, and then I think at the bottom to disconnect it, I think it's just this bit here there. Hopefully you can see. I think once the top's disconnected, I think it's just that bit there actually. I think that's what holds it up. Yeah, we'll see, we'll see. And look at that, I didn't even break any of my OEM clips. These are well expensive, by the way, and I will show you how to remove them, but ultimately press down with a screwdriver. That screwdriver's been amazing. But let's get something to prop this up, and we'll go from there. There we have it, intercooler removed. I'm going to definitely give all this a quick clean. As you can see, all that dirt built up on the radiator there. I will give that a quick, I don't know, get a blower on it or something. These AC lines are a bitch, and what's going to happen is just going to have to remove them. A couple of people have said just remove them. You have to be really careful, of course. So Wagner competition intercooler, there is some modifications that are going to be needed to fit this, to that the plastic trim rad pack. I don't know why that was like an obligatory flex there, but anyway, let's open it and see what you get inside the box. So this was supplied to me by Has Motorsport.
To be fair, Hazza supplied a lot of my stage 3 parts, and once I do the video of kind of taking you through the S3, once it's all said and done, I will kind of tell you where I got all my parts from and how much it costs and so on. So that should now just pop up. Okay, so you've got your, obviously you've got your little plastic bits and so on. So I always find it useful to keep boxes like that, but these will be the new pipes. I can see that they're already different sizes. You've got your clamps in there, your washers and your nuts. I won't open them yet. Got some stickers. They look pretty cool actually. They look pretty cool. Ooh, I might stick one of these on my car, you know. I don't know why I like stickers. You've got your Wagner tuning intake systems. I haven't obviously got an intake system. You've got your, I think this is like an instruction manual, baby. And then what's this? Okay, cool. A little bit about the parts, I suppose. And then you've got a 2-year guarantee. There we go. Yeah, 2-year warranty. Extend it, so I will be doing that. So massive thanks to Haz, massive thanks to Wagner, I suppose. And then let's see what this one looks like. I can already tell that this one is a lot bigger. A lot bigger. So let's see if I can. I've got some sellotape there. Got some sellotape there. Yeah, wow, and it's a lot heavier. That is a lot heavier, that. You can see there, Wagner, and then you've got your little Wagner tuning symbol there, which is pretty cool. Right, hopefully you can see. So that's the OEM stock intercooler, and like I said, I can pick it up with my hand, it's that light. There you go. A lot of it feels like it's made out of plastic. And then you've got your Wagner one, which is well, I mean, that is heavy, that. Literally how thin it is. So it is a lot thinner, so hopefully you can see the difference. But yeah, the overall quality, I don't know what this is made out of. I really don't, but it's huge. Like, the overall intercooler is massive. It's so annoying the way these MQB platform cars are designed, but it is what it is. Let's just start by switching the little clips over. So I'll bring this intercooler back round. Voila. It might not. But I think if we just give it a little wiggle off. Is it? Oh! Thank God. I've just realised something. You actually do need that little bit in the black bit at the top as well. Oh God, thank God I didn't fucking rip the whole thing out. Well, at least now I know for this side what to do. See, actually, that's how you get it off, and that's how it's so easy. Right, okay, left, right, is there any difference? I don't think there is, but we'll just stick left and right. Okay, so if we just put the intercooler to the side, I don't think there's anything else off it that I need, but if we just put these on straight away, you know, we'll put the left one on first. Hopefully you can see that you've got the little thing there, and Wagner, this little thing here does just slot in really. So Wagner have been quite cool at, and let's give it a little bum 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 bum. Yeah, I think that's it. So clips are on for the new one. So another quick update. I am quite confident that I will get this finished now. The AC condenser, as you can see, we did manage to get those bolts off. It was just such a horrible task. So essentially what happened is, the only way to put it is basically the M10 45 by 20 bolts are basically stuck, and it's just because one of them was rounded, and it's just, they were just, I don't know if it's just because they were so old, but look, it happens, whatever, they are off. Minimal damage, which is good. But yeah, as you can see, the AC condenser is mounted to the intercooler, and obviously you've got your radiator back there. Now, next step is I'm just going to quickly bolt this back down, which is the R600 trim, and then we will go ahead, trim what we need to on the rad pack, and then get it all up, get it all in, and then just figuring out where all the pipes go, the wires,
We unplugged so much it was ridiculous. I want you to all bear this in mind, right? You see the WAGNER intercooler, it's not flush, and as you can see here, like on the OEM one, that'd go all the way to the bottom. And you're probably thinking, well, why didn't you just push that down? Well, because you can't push it down any further because the bottom ones are pushed in as much as they can. That's why I believe they make you bolt it in, so that is kind of like now solid. I think that I'd prefer that design, to be fair.
Alright, so I don't know how many days it's been since I've been doing this. The reason why it's taken me so long is because I'm not sure if you can hear, but it is raining outside. The weather's been atrocious, but it is getting better. Just a little bit unfortunate for me that whilst I'm doing this, the weather's been crap, but it is going to get better. But I need to get this done. Now, the last time, so I brought the rad pack in, the intercooler and the AC condenser in there. I've been going through issues after issues with this whole process, but I generally think I'm at the very end now. What happened was I got everything in the rad pack, but the clips just wouldn't clip in. The right hand side were going in close, but it's still like a teensy gap. On the left hand side there was like a big gap, and I just don't know why it was uneven, and I just couldn't really see it outside, so I brought it into a different light. I don't know if obviously it being in a different environment, obviously I'm in a conservatory right now, helped, but I could see around here, and obviously I've got close-up shots as well. See my cat there, but there was some trimming that I missed out. And the one thing I will say is I'm really hoping this video proper hits off on YouTube and helps so many people, because there is no guide. There is a guide, but there is no solid YouTube video, no solid guide out there which shows you exactly what you need to trim off this rad pack. It's so ambiguous, it's unbelievable. So I'm going to try and make this all very unambiguous, and I'm hoping I can do that. So what I'm going to do is show you exactly where I've trimmed and what extra bits I'm going to trim, and then kind of give you like a final overview of what needs doing. And hopefully once I have trimmed these extra bits, it'll all click into place. I won't take it out today because, like I said, it's raining. Tomorrow we've seen a bit better weather, so if I get an hour spare, I will pop this back onto the radiator and then bolt it all up, hopefully, and jobs are good, and that's what I'm hoping. Touch wood. I thought the best thing to do is get some screenshots and do like a screen recording whilst I do an audio recording on top of that. Now, as you can see, this is the front of the slam pack, or rad pack as some like to call it, but it's basically the support structure which kind of holds in the radiator, intercooler and the AC condenser together. And as you can see, this is what it looks like OEM from factory before you make any kind of amendments or cuts to it. Now, with a Dremel or with some sort of cutting tool, even if you've got like a multi tool, I used a Dremel, but a multi-tool would be quite good too, because the plastic in certain areas is quite thick. But ultimately, if you start at the bottom line here where you can see my cursor moving along, I've got some like green lines kind of like diagonally here. Those green lines need to be cut, so you need to cut kind of like halfway, and halfway would be around 15mm. You need to cut all the way across here. So essentially all this kind of plastic here would basically just kind of come off. Now on this side, on the left hand side, and you'll notice that the left and the right are quite distinct from one another, because on the one side it's basically straight, and on the other side it's kind of like got a curve to it, like at the bottom. But either way, if we look at the kind of like turquoise kind of lines or drawings that I've made here, you need to cut all of this here, and you need to cut like all of this plastic trim here all the way top. So the reason why I've done it all around this is just because anything within the blue lines needs to be cut. And when I show the back of it, you'll kind of see as well what I what it looks like from the back once you cut it. And then again on the right hand side, you need to cut all the plastic trim within the red. Just get it all off, it'll make it a lot easier. Now this is the back of it, and hopefully again you can see my cursor, my little mouse, but ultimately the things that you needed to cut or I've advised that you need to cut from the front are these bits here. So can you see this bit here where my cursor is going along? Actually, let's start from the bottom. So at the bottom it'll be all this, so 15mm here, all at the bottom, and then here it'll be like all this bit here, all this kind of thing that's kind of sticking out. Because it's so thin, you can't really, it's kind of hard for me to explain, but this is all the bit that you need to cut here,
all of this going around, all of this there, all there, 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 and then this side, all this there, here. Yeah, cool. So once you've cut all that, that's like step one. So where I've highlighted in yellow on both sides, that's where the clips are going to go in. So you do need to make cuts near them, above and below, but just try not to kind of cut those holes, because otherwise the clips are going to struggle to get in. Now, where I've kind of made lines or drawings in orange on this side, you need to basically just ensure that anything that's kind of like sticking out is just flat. So you can see these things here, like all these little like lines here. So you've got line there, like there, 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 there. They need to not stick out. They need to just be like flat. Like you just need to basically. It's kind of hard, but and I wish I got better pictures myself. But at an angle, like if you were to look at them side onwards, they'll stick out. They can't stick out at all, because you've got to think it's going to be such a tight fit with your intercooler, because it's so much thicker, that all of this needs to be flush. It just needs to be flat, like flat to like nothing sticking out. And on this side, so here is where the AC lines are going to come through, and again, because there's not going to be that much space, you just need to make some cuts so the AC lines have a little bit more flex to move around. So the cuts are around here. So essentially you've just got a little bit more flex with the AC lines to move around. And then again on this side, just above the clip, just below the clips, these orange lines, again similar to this side, all of this needs to be flush. It needs to be flat, so nothing can be sticking out. And I guess as well, now that you know where you need to cut exactly, it's going to be a bit of trial and error, like, trial fit. Whatever you do not try to force anything to fit, because once it's ready, and what I mean by ready, once you've cut enough, the clips will just kind of fall into place. You'll just need to give them a little push and they will literally clip in. If you're having to force it, then you still need to make some cuts. But that's pretty much the best I can explain it. You definitely need to make all these orange bits flush. The red bits you just need to make so a little bit more space is available for the AC lines. And then the yellow bits where I've highlighted, just make sure those two holes you do not cut, just because that's where the clips need to go into. But here we are, emotional time. These went in like butter. There was nothing wrong with the cooler, the AC condenser or anything. The only issue was with me. The reason why there was an issue was because this just needed trimming. The rad part had so much excess plastic, and obviously the new intercooler is so thick it just needed trimming. And as you can tell, look how tight of a fit that is. That is ridiculously tight. I think you can tell more from this side, but that is tight, really tight. Anyway, they'll go in like butter. I never actually recorded an official outro when I finished the intercooler, but it was just because I was so tired and so fed up, and I just wanted to see the back of all of that work. But I'm so glad it got done in the end. I hope this video is useful, especially for anybody who's planning on fitting an aftermarket intercooler like a WAGNER intercooler, or even the DO88 intercooler, because I know they're very similar in terms of fitment. I don't think they're plug and play. There are adjustments needed to be made on the slam pack. One thing I just want to stress is get a marker and mark down every single bolt and nut that you remove, because when it comes to putting it all back together, it will make things so much easier. I never did that from the very first bolt I removed, and I wish I did, because there are so many torque screws that you will end up removing, and it's so important to just mark them. This is where this went, this is where that went, even where the lights went, and even the connectors where you disconnected them from themselves. So it will make things so much easier when putting it all back together. But yeah, listen, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a fun one. It's definitely the hardest mod I've done to date. The next video will be with regard to my new exhaust, which I cannot wait for you guys to hear, because it is, I was going to say I can't wait for you to see it, but it's more so see it, but more so hear it, because it is crazy. When I first heard it, I was like, oh my god, this is absolutely insane. It's gonna make some crazy YouTube videos that. But listen, again, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was useful. Now, if you're new to my channel, please do stick around. Trust me, you will not regret it. I know I've been a bit off during the past couple of weeks. It's just because I've been ill here and there, and it's just been super annoying and frustrating actually. But I'm glad to be kind of feeling a bit better.
But yeah, please do stick around if you're new, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on my social media platforms, and please do hit that bell icon on my YouTube channel for future notifications. So you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video, and that's going to be really important because in the next coming weeks I've got some crazy heat coming to my YouTube channel and you do not want to miss out. And if you're somebody who's already been supporting me for some time, listen, thank you so much. Till next time, take it easy. Peace.